No, I'm going to get rid of these because of the glare. Okay, whenever you're ready. My name is Bruce Blank, or I go by the name of BB Blank, and I'm the producer and director of the Unfinished documentary, The Day the Arts Stood Still. The project was begun in reaction to Sam Brownback's decision to jettison the funding for the Arts Council. The uproar that came out of that, being that Kansas was the first state in the nation to do so, generated a lot of interest, and I thought this would make a really interesting story to see how the defunding of the Arts Council was going to affect arts throughout the state of Kansas. I stopped because, well, let's just say history has a way of moving on. The problem with doing a documentary on a timely subject is, in a matter of a year, it was no longer timely, because the reaction from the arts community was more like, which I expected, more outrage, which there initially was, but as times went on, the reaction was good. Now we don't have to answer to the state. We don't have to answer to any standards. We don't have to answer to any preconceived notions of what art is supposed to be. And as a result, what I saw was a flowering of the arts. So I changed the project, tried to include that in it, but again, it just kept evolving. And every time it evolved, it made it more and more difficult to try and weave the story into a cohesive whole. Finally, the thing just became so big, it fell on its own accord. I've returned to it many times, but the simple fact is that it would require, for what I want as the director, it would require too much money. This was supposed to have a great deal of external work on it, animation, After Effects, so forth and so on. I did several Kickstarter attempts, and I wasn't able to raise the funds to continue the project. And there were travel expenses involved, there were equipment expenses involved that I simply, technically and story-wise, I couldn't clear the hurdles fast enough. And finally I just said, that's it. It's never going to see the light of day. Until now.